How's it going, everyone? So today's video, first off, let's start off. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and I probably will see you before the end of the year, but hope you guys have a Happy New Year as well. I just want to update you guys on what's going on. I kind of went MIA for a few days just with, holidays, whatnot. At the same time, also my PC crashed, so as far as editing, I gotta get that sorted out as well. And trying to edit and trying to get my PC sorted with all the holiday madness, it's just... yeah, that's kind of why you haven't seen a video in the last few days, but didn't go disappearing completely. I want to update you guys on what's going on currently, what the current state of affairs of everything is with the holidays. The transmission is still at tick performance for the Viper, so it's kind of just sitting here stuck, more or less. But I also have to do some other stuff to it. I'm probably gonna end up throwing a new clutch in it, so just kind of running through the basis on what we got going on with all the different cars. But once we get the transmission back, then we can finally put the Viper back into commission, make some more cool videos with it, take it to the track, take it back to the track. I've already been to the track with it. And what's going on with the Ram? I still have the Ram fully in track mode right now. Like, I still have the tailgate on the ground. I still have the 24-inch wheels off. You guys can probably see the seat is still over here. And like literally still in track mode. I haven't touched it just with all the madness. So I still have the blue tape on the back. You guys can probably see right here. I still have the slicks in the back of the truck. 17s are still on the front. Hopefully you guys see that. 17s are still on the front. Oh, there we are. 17s and 20s on the back. And I just want to go over some stuff with you guys because I'm going to tell you what the plan is. Like, I literally still have the the numbers written on the side. Ever since that track day that we went on the 8th mile, I just parked it. Haven't really messed with it because we need some more parts as far as go fast parts. And I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. I need to get a Kenny Bell booster pump is what we're going to do because it's the least amount of work. We only need a tiny bit more fuel. We already got bigger injectors, but we need more fuel to be fed to those injectors in order to utilize all the power that we are able to make and we think we can make. So that's the plan. We're just gonna, and what that does is just raises the voltage to the pump when it sees a little bit of boost. So a lot of people, there's a lot of misconception. People sit there and think that you're gonna burn out or blow up your pump with a constant high voltage supplied to the pump. Well, that's really not the way it works. It has a boost reference on it. When it sees you're boosting, you're making positive atmospheric pressure, then it sits there and it increases the amperage going to the pump in order to supply enough fuel to the injectors, to the fuel rails, all that stuff. So it's not like it's going to sit there and just crank the voltage to the pump indefinitely. It's kind of a progressive increase in voltage to the pump just to kind of step it up in those moments when you need it. So that's it. That's the long and the short. I'm going to get one of those coming. But what I do want to finally do, because there's a lot of car shows and stuff going on right now this time of year, and I'm kind of missing out on them because the truck's fast, it's got all that stuff going for it, but we haven't really finished the aesthetics on it. If you guys remember the last video, and if I could edit properly, I would show you right up here, but if you check out the last video, the truck on the first run, if you guys see at the 8th mile, the truck was sitting there dancing all over the track pretty badly. Even so bad that the announcer, kind of mentioned it too. He said, the truck was squirming down the track. And it was kind of sketchy, I won't lie. I mean, it was only 8th mile and we're doing about 90 miles an hour, but the truck was sitting there getting kind of out of control. And I think what it is, I've talked to some people, I talked to Jay Green about it too. And the fact that the truck has about 114,000 miles on it, the suspension, I was going to say shocks, but I think it's a combination of both. The springs and the shocks being, having that many miles on it, I think it's kind of a little bit too soft. And when we're going down the track with the bias ply drag tires, slicks on there, it doesn't have the stability it needs with it being higher off the ground, with it not being a lower truck and it being kind of soft. It's sitting there doing this dance thing. And the reason why I mention this is because when we finally go to the quarter, I don't know how it's going to behave, and I don't want it to be too sketchy because honestly, it was pretty sketchy. So with that being said, let me show you what we got planned. Finally, I know for those of you guys that have been along with the channel for a while, you guys probably already know this, but I kind of just want to show you guys, refresh everybody's memory, and show you what I'm going to do over the next few days. And I'm going to finally, I don't think there's anybody that's done this, but let me get to it and I'll explain a bit more. Okay, so as you guys know, I like to make a lot of videos for you guys. Hopefully it gives you a bit of information and it gets to the bottom of some of these issues that a lot of us are having to, go to the Facebook forums or Facebook groups or forums to find out the answers. And there's a lot of information, maybe even misinformation on a lowering kit. So that's kind of this mangled box you can see here. So this is a Beltec 2-4 kit. What does that mean? It means 2 inches lower in the front, 4 inches lower in the back. So that's what I have here. It's just a very standard kit. It's a very common kit that a lot of people do run. And I have it here. Again, for those of you guys that are just kind of, or somewhat new to the channel, I picked this kit up for like ridiculously cheap. I think I got it for 120 bucks with everything you're looking at right there. So the 4 springs, the upgraded Street Performance shocks. Some people don't like them. These are actually just the rear. So the Street Performance are for the rear. And I think these ones are Monroe in the front. So they're like a little bit better than stock shock in the front. So they're a reflex. Anyways, they, some of you guys can probably say, why would you put those on your truck? I partially agree, but you guys, anything at this point is probably better than what's on the truck. Factory with 114,000 miles. It's sitting here. We might as well give it a shot. The guy said it really didn't have that many miles on it. You can probably tell it looks fairly new. So I'm going to toss that on. And while we're waiting for the booster pump to show up and get all that sorted out, at least the truck is going to look a little bit better. Now to get into other things. A big issue with lowering these trucks is the rear ends. With the kind of 4-link suspension in the back and not having leaf springs, a lot of people run into issues with the pinion angle being changed, and also the wheels not being centered in the wheel well. So right now with it being bone stock, the wheel is centered in the wheel well. It's not too far back, not too far forward, and also the opposite way. So left to right with the track bar, the axle is centered to the truck. Also the pinion angle is how it should be, factory from the truck. What happens when you drop that? All these angles change. I think, don't quote me, but I think the wheel goes further forward. Anyways, either way, when you drop the truck, it's gonna end up making the wheel not be in the center of alignment. It's gonna push the axle to one side and also change our pinion angle. So there's a lot of ways to correct that. There is a little bracket, if I can put my hands on it right now. I think it might be here. I have a little bracket sitting here, I think in this box actually. And this is from Beltec, here we go. So this bracket here comes with some hardware, and this is to put the track bar back in alignment. So what this does, I believe it goes this way. I have to look at this thing, which way it sits. Maybe it's that way, but it goes up, it bolts on, and it drops the bracket for your track bar, which fixes the alignment of your axle from left to right, but it doesn't address the issue of the pinion angle or the wheel being centered in the wheel well. So that's where these things come into play. I'll show you here. I've been holding on to these for a while. Again, if you guys have been with the channel for a while, you guys know that we've had these sitting here for a dog's age, but they are here. So these are the Spone Performance rear control arms. So I have the lowers, the uppers. I have 4 of them here. 2 of them are wrapped up here. They're brand new. I haven't tried them just because so many people have, I don't want to say so many people, but some people have kind of reported some issues with these. So this is one avenue we can go. They are sitting here. I've just kind of hesitated to put them on. I kind of wanted to get the truck going down the track fast before we kind of mess with the ride height, but it seems like we're kind of having to get there with all this wiggle nonsense that's going on. Here's also this taller package. Here is a rear track bar, also a Spone version. So we have both the uppers, both the lowers, control arms, adjustable control arms that is, and we have a track bar sitting here ready to go, so we can fix all that stuff that way. But some people, and Custom Black Guns has a lot of information on this, but he was having issues with these joints, this type of joints, and it's slapping back and forth, causing noises, causing creaking, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I haven't even touched them. Like, they're honestly brand new, just sitting here. If anybody is interested in picking these up off of me, I might go with the Core 4x4, but if somebody wants to take these off my hands, message me or leave a comment below, and I'll see if we can work something out, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna put these on. So just to document this whole process for you guys properly, I'm going to lower the truck. You can see the slicks are still back here, but I'm gonna lower the truck just with the standard kit. because I kind of want to show you guys what will happen to a perfectly riding vehicle if you decide to go this route. I know some people are going to laugh and say it's probably going to mess it up, but that's the purpose of this. We're going to try it, see how bad it is, see what pros there are, see what cons there are, and see how bad everything is out of alignment or how it drives. So what we're going to do to start, and this is what's going to happen in the next few days. We're going to put the Beltec 2.4 kit on, what you see here, the springs with the struts and that bracket that I was holding just over there a second ago. And that should get us at least going down the road. It doesn't correct the pinion angle. It doesn't center the wheel front to back in the wheel well, but it will have the axle centered with the vehicle at least from left to right. So I'm gonna install their kit just the way that they recommend it from the factory, from Beltec, and see how good or bad it is, because I wanna document this for you guys. This kit is a very popular kit. A lot of people use it, but I think it's only necessary that we kind of try it just the way the kit comes and see how it works. Another upgrade a lot of people do is they'll change the front sway bar end lengths to F-150 versions. Obviously don't have them right now. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna give you guys a review on the kit the way it would come from Beltec. Obviously this isn't a new one, but whatever, it's still the kit. And we'll go from there, and then we'll work through the kinks as necessary. Since I have this stuff sitting here, since I need to address the kind of I want to call it stability issues that we're running down the track, I think this is gonna help with that. So this will stiffen it up, it'll bring it lower to the ground, it won't be as tall, you know, wagging or wiggling down the track, and it's kind of, we're correcting one issue but creating another. So we're correcting the stiffness of the vehicle for the track purposes, but we're also going to create an issue with these the rear axle being kind of out of alignment. So that's where we're at. We know the issues that are going to happen, but we have the control arms. Another option is I think it's pronounced Inez, I-N-E-Z, and he has a kit where you can put brackets on where it'll utilize the factory control arms and it'll put everything back in alignment. I think he wants like $500 for those brackets. So, but if we have to go that route, we will. First things first, we'll get the kit on, see how it looks, see how it behaves, and that way you guys know whether you can just throw this on and you really have to spend all the extra money, or if it's gonna be a disaster. I'm willing to take that risk for you guys, and hope you guys appreciate me taking that risk, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, you guys, so this video ended up going on a lot longer than I anticipated, but I hoped you guys enjoyed it and it had some information in there, and also updated you guys on what our plan is. So like I said, I'm gonna start putting that kit on. We'll see how it goes. I read all the issues, heard all the issues, I've done the research, and it's just a matter of, I wanna test it for you guys, see how just the kit is by itself, see how it goes, and then we'll start working through the kinks and we'll see which methods correct it, get the truck running or being stable back on the road and back down the track. So that's kind of where we're at, because like I said, if you guys watched that video with the 8th mile, it was pretty squirrely. Like you had to counter steer going down the track, and that was only 8th. I can only imagine what the quarter would be like. Anyways guys, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and we will see you on the next video. Take care.